What is up, guys? Coop here, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 talents in Divinity Original Sin 2. So, you get talents over the time of your play. There's a variety of different talents. There is a lot. I mean, you've got a whole laundry list of just different ones to do. So, let's actually dive in and talk about the top 10. So, when you get talents, you get them at level 1. So, like when you start off, level 3. Level 8, level 13, level 18, level 23, level 28, and level 33, and so forth. Basically, there's a nice little pattern of 3, 8, 3, 8, 3, 8, 3, 8, 3, 8, and rinse, repeat. Basically, as you go throughout the numbers, you just, obviously add what tens place it's in. But anyway, I'm going to be on the point. So today we're going to be actually talking about the top talents. So let us actually dive in first. The first one I wanted to talk about is All Scaled Up. It's just basically a nice little ability. It gives you a nice combat ability point and a civil ability point, which are kind of the more important ones because that's like what helps you identify objects better. That's what helps you, get your just combat points in there. You can put it in stuff like whatever weapon you're specializing in. It's just a nice little talent to get overall. Nothing special though, but that's why it's number 10. Number 9 would have to be Living Armor, which is oh my gosh, I am so dumb. Alphabetical order, but anyways, it adds 35% of all healing received by skills and consumables to your magical armor. So, here's the thing. You're probably looking at that now and being like, not that good. Wait till later on in the game, specifically Act 2, where you are going to be taking a little bit more damage and stuff, and you're going to be using potions, and you're going to want to have your magical armor back up. So say like your warrior-based characters where they have no magical armor, you don't want it to just get destroyed and then them take a potion and then just get hit again. You want them to have some sort of barrier. So having that 35% is not a bad idea. Also goes really well with the undead. So the undead takes a bunch of damage, he's able to heal himself up a bunch, and he's also able to get that shield because it's very hard to heal a undead based character. Also, one of the things that this goes well with is necromancy, because necromancy changes it to where all your different abilities do damage of healing as well, which is hard to explain, but basically you deal damage, and 10% of that damage is turned into healing, which is super awesome. And that is actually partners up with Living Armor. So, that's just one of the things to look at. It's definitely one that I would highly suggest picking up later on. The next one is Opportunist. Opportunist is just basically a sort of aura around you that if somebody is walking away from you or turning their back on you, you are able to slash at them. Not only does it destroy whatever action point they're trying to use in movement, but it also allows you to get gradual damage over the course of the encounter, which is super duper nice and what exactly you want. The next one is Glass Cannon. Glass Cannon, basically you start the round with the maximum AP. But your magical and physical armor does not help you from statuses. Now, I know this is really complicated to think about, but basically it allows you to utilize as many action points as possible to do what you need to do. Now, you're looking at this and you're like, that makes no sense. Why would you get rid of the whole status effect of physical and magical armor? And let me explain it to you. Basically, this is really good for a rogue-based character. A rogue-based character can do a variety of different moves, especially in the Scoundrel tree. So, let me just show you guys real quick here. Scoundrel tree, and we'll partner that up with Polymorph. So, say like this is a Shadow Blade. So, he's going to be using stuff like that, and that, and that. So, you have the maximum amount of ability points. Say, in this scenario, 6. You are able to not only do an attack, you can go ahead and do a backslash to get right behind them. You can do a throwing knife, and then on top of that, either walk away or put a chameleon cloak on you. So in just in one turn, you can do all that ridiculous amount of damage. You can do an attack. You can do ability to get behind them and do that attack if you wanted to. So double dip on that, and then have a throwing knife to do another backstab, and then on top of it, go invisible to run away for one action point. mind-blowing. Actually, you probably wouldn't be able to walk away. You'd actually be at your cap. But still, regardless, that is a really good combo altogether. And it's one that a lot of people don't look at, but it makes a lot of sense. Alright, so the next one is Elemental Infinity, which is right here. Affinity. So basically, it lowers the action points cost of your spells when standing on the same surface of an element. So, it basically is good for mage-based characters, specifically rangers, honestly, because then you can do elemental arrowheads, and you can do your different poison things. Oh, imagine a poison undead archer. He gets to just sit in this puddle and then also be able to shoot poison-based spells very easy and affordable, and heal himself in the meantime. Combos are endless with this one. It's just in general a nice little thing to do. It makes it a little bit easier when you're casting spells. So, for example, if you're doing the whole Necromancy Stand Blood ability and you're standing on blood, woo, there you go. I don't know if that would physically work, but I would assume that would work. I'm assuming Necromancy is partnered up with blood, but don't quote me on that. Hopefully it is. In the comments below, I'm going to have to do some testing, but that might be a good combo nonetheless. The next one I wanted to tell you guys about is Pawn, which allows your character 1 ability point of free movement per turn. So it always sucks when you start combat off, or it's a scripted based event and your mage is in the front of the battle or on the right side or just somewhere crazy and your warrior's all the way in the back. It gives you that nice little heads up of giving you 1 movement for free. It also helps out with rogue based characters if you're, say, doing a runaway. It's really nice altogether. It just is 1 free action point for movement. Like, that's awesome. You can move wherever you want, pretty much, right at the beginning of combat. Now, also, this is good for those scenarios where you kill something and you have to go all the way across the battlefield to another part. That always sucks. It always sucks when you kill somebody in like a corner and you're focusing on taking this like boss down and beating the crap out of him, but you got all the minions running around. It's nice to have that initial movement of, okay, I killed the boss, let's move over here. So that's a really nice ability overall. Now we're going to get to the really good ones. One of my favorites out here is Far Out Man. Far Out Man increases the range of your spells and scrolls by a ridiculous amount. Melee does not affect touch range skills. So, obviously it doesn't affect things like, for example, Chicken Claw. Chicken Claw kind of isn't a very close range spell. However, stuff like, for example, throwing knives, or if I were to choose like a summoning base ability, which is one of my favorite combos with this, where you can just summon their totems wherever. So you can do like carnets or some totems. So one of the things I like with Far Out Man is I'm able to spawn a incarnate like way over the battlefield. And what's really cool about that is when you spawn one without a elemental sort of focus on it, you can actually make it taunt people as long as they don't have physical armor. Really nice combo to have there. But Far Out Man is just a nice spell altogether, and it's kind of required for every mage out there because you want to have access to everything. It really sucks when you're around the corner and you can't cast a spell to save your friend, or you need to heal something or whatnot. It makes sense. If you don't have Far Out Man, I don't know what you're doing. So the next one that we're going to be talking about is Pet Pal. Now I know you're saying, why Pet Pal? Why Pet Pal? That makes no sense. And there's mods for Pet Pal, I know that. I know there's scripted mods that can do that to make it to where this whole talent is obsolete. But in a traditional playthrough, Pet Pal can allow you to get alternative ways of getting quests done or pick up more quests that you didn't know already existed. So it's no question that Divinity Original Sin has literally no walkthroughs or playthroughs that really fully describe every act. Honestly, we're still discovering things as we go along, and hopefully over the course of the journey I'll be able to show you all the ones in Act 1 pretty soon. But Pet Pal is a alternative way of, hey, you screwed up a quest but you have a way of getting to it, or hey, you have a heads up on what is going on, or you're able to do these things like persuade a dog to not attack you, or persuade some fire slugs to chillax. Stuff like that. Pet Pal just gives you these alternative ways of getting around stuff, and I always appreciated in D&D like having those sort of pet-based skills. So, Pet Pal, it opens up a whole new ball game to questing. And one of my all-time favorites is Comeback Kid. So, Comeback Kid is one that a lot of people don't start at the beginning. They're just like, why would I want that? My character's not going to be dying that much. It's only 20% life. Like, ooh, who cares? One of the best abilities, though, especially when you start getting into the deeper acts. Oh my god. So, I can't tell you how many times I'll be sitting there on my character and I'll just be chilling and, you know, drinking a nice cold beer while I'm, like, fighting. And then, next thing you know, whoom, he gets one slash and he was at, like, a good amount of life and he's, like, a Comeback Kid pops up. And I'm like, whoa, that boss, like, literally just almost one-shotted me. So, it's important that you look at Comeback Kid, because Comeback Kid is one of the ways to get around that, and it stops fatal blows, and it kind of gives you a chance to, okay, that just happened, let me react. And it's nice because just having everybody not die from one fatal blow is really good. So, say for example, you're in a party, you're fighting or whatever, he does a group AoE based ability, and it just hits everybody, and it would have killed 2 people. Well, now it doesn't kill those 2 people, and those 2 people can react and sort of heal based around that. So, Comeback Kid is just super good. It's only 20% life, but you can figure out ways around that. It just gives you one alternative way of not having to use a resurrection scroll. Alright, so what is the best talent in all of Divinity Original Sin 2? Well, if you actually hand it off on Reddit or watch any usual playthrough of the game, you'll know it's Lone Wolf. Why Lone Wolf, you might be saying? Well, Lone Wolf is not true to its name, but let's dive into actually what it does. So, it increases maximum AP by 2. It increases recovery AP by 2. It gives you 30% vitality, 30% physical armor, 30% magical armor, double invested points in attributes and combat-based abilities, except polymorph, because obviously that would give you more attributes, while adventuring solo or with at most 1 companion. Bonus is temporarily removed while there are 2 or more in the party. Boom! Mind blown. So this ability does a crazy amount. And here's the thing, if it was by 1 character, I could see this being decent and very balanced. However, the fact that it includes another person, guess what that other person can get as well? Lone Wolf. So, because of that, they can have Lone Wolf, both of them, and still get the bonuses. Now imagine having Lone Wolf, Comeback Kid, and Far Out Man all together, or having Opportunist or Living Armor. The possibilities are endless. Lone Wolf is one of the best abilities out there. Now keep in mind, you're going to have a little bit of an XP dump a little bit, but that doesn't really matter because it's only 2 characters, so honestly you would probably get more XP and more gear in the long run and not have to worry about allocating your gear a little bit. That gets a little bit awkward, especially trying to be like, okay, well, now we have a headpiece. Who gets a headpiece? Well, I guess you're going to get the headpiece, not this time. Lone Wolf kind of gets rid of that half the problem. And what's really cool is Lone Wolf can make a playthrough a lot easier. You can go through quickly with one storyline, then do next week another storyline, and another one, and another one. It gives a lot of breathing room, and it's been one that I've been testing out, and honestly, I think it makes the game better because you're not overwhelmed and you're not having to do the awkward equipment shuffle. So, Lone Wolf is a really good ability because it boosts up all the skills exponentially. It not only doubles your attributes, but your combat abilities. Basically, my dual-wielding character can be doing about 30% more damage and can be healing for almost 40% of the damage as well, and also be dodging 60% by the end of Act 1. Crazy amount. So that's why Lone Wolf is one of the best, and why some people can like one shot as archers and whatnot. Now, playing as a melee Lone Wolf is a little bit tougher because you actually have to walk up to the people, hit them and whatnot, and this is why range-based characters really love it, because when you partner Lone Wolf, a Far Out Man, and things like, for example, I think it was Glass Cannon. Glass Cannon partnered up with Far Out Man plus Lone Wolf. Boom, mind blown. But anyways, I just wanted to get into sort of the combos and talk about the different talents and talk about the top 10 that, in my personal opinion. Now keep in mind, most of these did not come from me. These are ones that I've researched and learned from everything else, but I have tested some of these, like especially the Lone Wolf one, which is just perfect. But in the comments below, tell me some of the talent combos you guys have done. I'm actually very curious. I just wanted to kind of illustrate and show you guys the combos that you can do and whatnot. I wanted to show you gameplay, but there's a lot of different variety there, and also it's very difficult to kind of show off some of these things like Lone Wolf, because then I'd have to do Lone Wolf in a group and Lone Wolf out, which could take up a lot of my time, especially with college and work. But in the comments below, tell me some of the combos that you guys personally do. What is some of your favorite talent combos? Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys for Divinity Original Sin in the future.